Welcome to Yulman Stadium in New Orleans, home to the Tulane Green Wave, and as this city likes to say, let the good times roll, and the Tulane fans are certainly ready for that. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Iowa State Cyclones, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Tulane Green Wave. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. Here's the return from inside his 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So Iowa State's offense takes the field for the first time today. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Got his man quickly. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. The Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, give on the inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. He'll try to pop the draw. Smashes through. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the Cyclones have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
They've got some serious work to do to keep that last one from messing up this drive. 2nd and 19. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
The Cyclones will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So the Tulane Green Wave offense will have its first chance to go on the attack. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner will be knocked down. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Oh, so close to paying off. The tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. They'll throw on third and short. Pressure coming. And here's a fumble way behind the line. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Steps away. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Feeling some heat. At the 45, on his way. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Setting up the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Wants to throw on second down. A strike downfield. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in New Orleans for a fun first half than you? And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, But I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Yulman Stadium.
And the Cyclones will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. There's certainly room for improvement after that scoreless first-half stalemate.
Yeah, we've set offense back 30 years in that first half, but we've got a whole new half to play here. So why not come out on this first drive, make a statement, and finally get us back into the age of contemporary college football?
You sound very discouraged as I sound encouraged. That's great defense. Phenomenal defense in the first half. Who doesn't love a 0-0 halftime game?
Going to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. And the returner is stopped. Iowa State sending the offense back out. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
The Cyclones get enough for the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. 3 periods in the books, and it would be an understatement to say defense has carried the day. 0-0 as we take a look at the stats. It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the 4th. It's complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Cyclones are threatening in the red zone. Going for it all. Touchdown, Iowa State! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
We finally get some points on the board. The defense has been dominating the day. Unbelievable job. 3 quarters of shutout football. Now finally some points on the board. Let's see where this goes now once you've created some momentum.
PAT unit on the field. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Coastal Carolina was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Conway. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his big tight end. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. He's looking to throw it. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to the air one more time. Fires left. Makes a connection. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. He caught it. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the fourth, and the brain trust will go to work. Looking to throw on second down. Lets it fly. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and now just 1 point away from a tie.
And great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
This is supposed to be the easiest play in football, except when there's this much pressure. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter.
Set to advance on the football.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Oh, the unthinkable has happened for this offense. They're into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the D. You're happy you got the ball back, but the defense takes it a step further and just goes ahead and gets 6.
You just want to get the stop, right? And you get the stop, get the points. But guess what, Reese? I'm going to need another stop. This defense is going to be right back on the field. Unbelievable play, but you got to do it again.
He'll try to tack on one more. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Iowa State sending the offense back out. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. They'll go back to the air on second down. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The offense just wants to run out the clock in this half. The D still has a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. This was hardly an offensive juggernaut, but sometimes you lean on your defense and grind out a win.
This was a defensive struggle, no doubt about it, but we know this is a team game, and the defense certainly did what they needed to do. The offense just barely did enough. That's the important part, and David, moving forward, they're going to have to play better on that side of the ball.
I think it looked more like an offensive struggle, not a defensive struggle. They definitely brought their A game, but listen, all you needed was enough points. Win, advance, build some confidence, find some things with this offense down the road that you do better.
So that's going to do it for us. For